Okay, well, here's what I'm going to show you here. Okay, so now what I'm working on is a hat, right? So right now, the new one is bigger than the old one. That's not what I'm looking for, though. I'm going to make it a little bit shorter, but that's the hat for the one I'm building. Now, see, that's Mr. Snowman. This is for Mrs. Okay, so what I'm doing now, this is going to be Mrs. That chunk right there, that's going to be the Mrs. Hopefully. Now, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to attempt to do, I was going to cut it right here. And then sand the rest of this. I want to leave the bark on it. Now, I don't know if I should leave it taller or cut it smaller. So I'll leave that decision up to you guys. Maybe, I don't know. I like the top of this, even though it's got a chunk out. My intention was to cut it right here anyways and make it smaller, but I could make it almost the same size. It might be just a tad taller, but I'm leaving this. Now it's bark. And what the bark is I'm going to look at doing here is taping it. Now, like I do, if I keep this here, the same thing's going to happen. I'm going to take painter's tape and wrap it around backwards so the sticky tape is sticking up. Why do I do that? Well, because I don't want to put the tape on here. When I go to pull it off, it'll pull the bark off, right? And it's when I put one roll of it on sticking up with the sticky side up, it still tightens up. When I go to after I do a couple of rounds like that, I'll go back the other way, the opposite way basically, and have the sticky side down, and that's what I tighten it up with. So this here, same thing. I'll do it all the way around. Now my intention at the end, after I finish this thing off, I'll have to drill a hole here. I'll use a Forstner bit, and I'll probably go in about 1/4 of an inch. Reason is, like that one there, that one's indented, and then I put a screw in the middle, and it's a double tap, I forget what they call it, screw, where it's threaded all the way through, and then I'll drill a hole in this, and I'll drill a hole in that. When I'm through, a hole in that, and a hole in that, and the only reason I do it that way is because when I round this off, I want to keep this head round. With that hole in it, it'll sit down on top of this a little bit tighter, down lower, and I can angle the hat. So